Hey everyone, what do you invest in if you have to have economic upsides that are better than Bitcoin? The answer is none of your options are good. But because people seem absolutely obsessed with trying to find something that's better than Bitcoin, I wanted to explore the psychology of why people do that. So first of all, there's always the psychology of people are late to Bitcoin. People have thought they were late to Bitcoin when it was $1, when it was 1 penny, 10, let's start from the beginning. Ever since it was worth a penny, people thought they were late to Bitcoin. It's already worth a penny a coin. How could it, I already missed out. I should have been mining Bitcoin back when it was worth less than a penny, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they said that at a penny, at 10 cents, at $1, at $10, at $100, at $1,000, at $10,000. At $100,000, everybody always feels like they missed out. And because everybody always feels like they missed out, they're always looking for something else. It's like they can't come to grips with the fact that they're still early in Bitcoin. I mean, it's crazy. Like everybody that was early in Bitcoin was trying to find things to diversify into and just lost money, like just categorically. But that's still the case. So people still reach out to me and I'm like, why are you just not invested in Bitcoin? They're like, well, I don't have enough money to invest in Bitcoin. I'm like, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy like $1. They're like, yeah, but the amount of money I have to invest is not enough I can only buy a sliver of a Bitcoin. I was like, okay, but if a Bitcoin's worth $1 million or $10 million, then even if all you can afford is a tenth of a Bitcoin or a 20th of a Bitcoin, why is that not good? You can make 10x or 100 times your money. But people just get absolutely obsessed with trying to find something that grows faster than Bitcoin. So my answer is there is not a good option. If somebody took away all of the Bitcoin options, if they said, Joel, you cannot invest in Bitcoin, you can't invest in the Bitcoin ETFs, directly or indirectly, you can't do any of those things. You have to find something to invest in that could potentially go up faster than Bitcoin, even if it's higher risk. And, you're just not allowed to do direct Bitcoin investment. I would probably invest in MicroStrategy, MSTR. Now, I've done a variety of videos on why I do not recommend people invest in MicroStrategy. But if you took away all of the other options, that's probably all, and literally that was all that was left, then yes, there is a chance that MicroStrategy goes up faster than Bitcoin. Now, it also goes down faster than Bitcoin. But for these people that are investing in XRP and Solana and whatever else, and they're just absolutely, completely attached to the fact that they have to find some way of turning a $1,000 into $1 million. First of all, I don't even think that's possible. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if your financial situation requires you to make 1,000 extra money, then tough. You might just need to earn some money the old-fashioned way and invest that in Bitcoin. But if somebody comes to me and says, Joel, all I've got is $1,000, I have to be a millionaire, I would say, your options all suck. Your options all are insanely high risk. Bitcoin could, easily turn $1,000 into 10,000. It might turn it if you believe MicroStrategy, or if you believe Michael Saylor's $13 million price prediction, it could potentially turn $1,000 into, 138 times that much, from $1,000 to $138,000. Maybe. That's certainly way more likely that Bitcoin goes up 140x than that some meme coin or token or XRP or Solana does that for you. Like, I don't think any of those are going to do that for you either. And they all come with insane risk of going to zero. So it just makes no sense to invest in anything other than Bitcoin. But if you have to have something with more upside than Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is an option, MSTR. It's led by Michael Saylor, and their goal is to create a highly, highly leveraged Bitcoin company, meaning they are borrowing vast quantities of money to buy Bitcoin. Now, that is a risky strategy because you can end up upside down, or you can end up with the Bitcoin's all locked up and there's no way to get access to it because of, you borrowed all this money to get it and stuff like that. So I do not recommend it because the amount of upside on MicroStrategy as compared to the risk, in my opinion, makes 0 sense for average people. But again, if somebody comes to me and says, my alternatives are XRP, Solana, or MicroStrategy, I would say, well, at least invest in MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy, which is the ticker symbol MSTR at least is based on Bitcoin. So at least the underlying asset that they've banked the entire company on is the real actual asset that's going to win in the marketplace. Now, their highly leveraged approach of borrowing money and buying Bitcoin with it, that is not something I think is investment worthy for the average person. But again, if you took away all of my other options and you forced me into a much higher risk, sort of much higher risk reward paradigm, I would say, well, the upside is higher than Bitcoin. The risk is, 10x or 100x Bitcoin. The upside is, I don't know what it would even be. I don't know, double. I don't know, but it makes zero sense to take 10 times the risk to try to get double the returns. But as compared to XRP or Solana or anything else like that, it's way better to be invested in MicroStrategy than something that's, trash and going to zero. MicroStrategy at least is based on a strong foundation. If their business model pays off, which is unknown. And I've done a variety of videos where I've talked about why I do not recommend people invest in MicroStrategy. But again, if you absolutely positively refuse to invest in Bitcoin because you think you need something that goes up faster than Bitcoin, well, my heavens, at least invest in MicroStrategy and not some trash like, Solana or XRP or whatever that, is way more likely to go to zero than it is to outperform Bitcoin. At least MicroStrategy is not going to zero because it's based on Bitcoin. It might underperform Bitcoin and it might be a bad investment, but at least it's based on Bitcoin, which is something that's going to win in the end, rather than a strategy based on Solana, which I think will probably be outcompeted by something else, or a strategy that's based on XRP, which I don't even know how to articulate what value proposition XRP has. Probably none, but if it's something that's not none, it's not sustainable, in my opinion. So anyway, those are my thoughts. If you took all of that away, if you said no Bitcoin, no MicroStrategy, you can't do anything that's Bitcoin or even remotely related to Bitcoin, I would say, okay, probably Tesla. I think Tesla, there's incredible economic upside in Tesla. I don't think it's any better than Bitcoin. But again, if you take away Bitcoin, I think Tesla does have a lot of upside. I think the risk of Tesla is much more than Bitcoin. And I think the reward of Tesla is no better than Bitcoin, and probably half of Bitcoin. But again, if I couldn't invest in Bitcoin and I couldn't invest in MicroStrategy, I would not be investing in Solana or XRP or anything like that. I would be investing in something else entirely, like the future of AI or self-driving or, the moving to electric versions of everything. Basically the stuff that Elon Musk is doing, that stuff makes way more sense than the crypto trash that is trying to follow on the heels of Bitcoin. So hope all that helps as always. And I'm here for everyone for anything you need. Thanks.